not a guy who has to worry about stopping the other team's best scorers, but I'm sure as a student of the game, you like to analyze all the other talented players. When you look at Sowers from Duke last week and Kavanaugh from Notre Dame this week, I'd like your thoughts on whether you feel they're similar players, similar threats, or more kind of different types of styles. Just kind of your breakdown of each, please.
Yeah, I would say they have their similarities and they have their differences. You know, Sowers is extremely quick and shifty, and Kavanaugh has some of that same ability to shake and bake. Defenseman like Sowers does, but the difference I think with them is that Kavanaugh is young still. Sowers is a seasoned vet, and he knows kind of when to turn the corner and score, or to when to feed and get his players involved. And right now, it seems like Kavanaugh's more on the feeding side. Doesn't mean he can't score. Doesn't mean he won't score. It's just that part of his game is super dialed in right now, and the scoring side is more so dialed in for Sowers.
And then the area of the field that you do have to pay attention to, Notre Dame is the top, statistically the top ranked defense in the country. Just a breakdown of what they do well and how you need to attack them.
They're very disciplined. They have great cover guys one-on-one, so they trust their matchups, which means there's not a lot of sliding, which makes it pretty easy to play defense if you don't have to slide. So you have to obviously test their matchups, try to beat your guy one-on-one. If we can get the better of some specific players, we'll facilitate through our offensive guys who are getting a step on their man. And we just have to stick some shots on their goalie, who's pretty good, and just play all around smart offensive approach.
Thank you.
Mario?
Jamie, I understand it's only 6 games into the season, but with the stretch of games in the ACC, how competitive it is, do you kind of take this as, we need to win this game and, we can't fall to 4-3?
Yeah, absolutely. We obviously want to win every game we're in, and especially an in-conference game is huge. So we're looking to bounce back. We're looking to get a win. And we've worked hard all week, so we're hoping that things are going to go our way on Saturday.
I understand along the lines on you want to win every game, but do you guys look at the bigger picture and say, we can't be affording to lose 2-3 games in a row, especially with the conference and, having the Notre Dame, Virginia, North Carolina, down the line that you have to play?
Yeah, every week's tough, and we're going to go into every game trying our best to win, and this week's no different.
Andrew?
Hey, Jamie. In 3 games this season, you've ended up with fewer than 2 shots attempted, which is lower than in years past, although you've been converting on those options and turning those limited shots into goals. Are those, fewer shots just nature of having so many weapons in the offense? Is it what defenses are doing, guarding you? I guess what's kind of led to that drop off just in terms of shot attempts?
Yeah, I'd probably say it's the wealth of shooters and goal scorers we have on our offense. You just gotta play within the system, take what's given to you. That's what I'm trying to do, and I try to make the best of those opportunities. And it just so happens that maybe getting less of those because we have other guys that are filling the back of the net, which is awesome. So can't really complain there.
Is there do you ever feel, I guess, maybe extra pressure, extra need to convert on those limited opportunities? If you're only getting 2 shots a game, do you feel an extra pressure to turn those 2 shots into 2 goals?
No pressure. Just every shot I take, I expect of myself that it's a good take and that it'll go in. And if it does, that's great. If not, you just got to bounce back and do better the next time.
Great. Thank you, Jamie.
Ian?
Hey, Jamie, you mentioned Liam Entenmann, Notre Dame's goalie. What have you seen on film from him that makes him so special, and just your overall thoughts against going off, the goalie with the 5th best save percentage in the country?
He's very disciplined, very sound in his technique. He plays a different style than most goalies, which kind of, I'm sure, throws shooters for a loop sometimes. I don't believe I've played him yet in his career. I think he's a sophomore, and last year we didn't get a chance to square off against them. So I'll be able to tell you more after the game about what he does and what makes him great. But he's obviously a great goalie. So we're looking to take good, clean, quality shots to good locations and put some by him.
And what do you remember from that matchup in 2019 where you had a 4-point performance?
I remember we kind of dropped the ball early in the game and we were down by a lot. It wasn't necessarily the best game we've ever played, but we clawed back like we usually do because it's kind of what's in our our nature, and it was fun to battle back in the second half, but hopefully there's a different first half outcome this year and we can get the W this time.
Ian? Oh, sorry. Tyler?
Hey, Jamie, halfway through the season at this point, do you feel like the offense has really hit its mark, or is there still room to get better with the second half of this?
I think there's room to grow. Obviously, there's always room to grow. We've thrown a lot of different looks at defenses. Some have worked better than others, and we're analyzing those and going with what works best and kind of letting go of the things that aren't necessarily fitting our personnel properly. So we're growing and evolving, and eventually we're going to hit the head on the nail with what we need to be doing. First with the first line, with the second line, so we throw a little different looks at people. So we'll eventually fall into a little sweet spot and we'll run with it. So we're growing.
The time for about 2 more with Jamie here. If anybody's got them, feel free to raise your hands. We'll come back around. Anything? Nope. Jamie, appreciate the time. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tyler. Take care, guys.